Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy J Rocks. Today I'm gonna be hitting you with a manga review. We're gonna be reviewing Vinland Saga Volume 1. Well, the character you see here on the cover is Thorfinn. This is the big deluxe edition. It's I believe they call them 3-in-1s. It's basically an omnibus. It's in hardcover. It's a little bit bigger than your standard manga, but yet it's still smaller than your regular standard Western comic of Marvel or DC. Now, Volume 1 is called For Honor and Vengeance. That's the title of it. It says here it's about a child named Thorfinn who vows to get revenge on his clan's leader, if you will. It's about Vikings. This is a great story. The probably the best story I read all year, honestly. The relationship between Thor's and Thorfinn's as a father and son relationship. This whole volume is all about that. It's about how he's a single parent trying to raise his kids upright, and we all know it ain't always that easy when you're trying to raise kids by yourself. You don't got no backup. They're getting up on you and stuff, hide secrets and whatever. So it shows how he's struggling with being a warrior, taking care of the villagers, being a leader, and also having to make sure he has enough time to dedicate to his family. And that leaves the kid with extra time to run around, getting in trouble and whatnot, right? But the father's doing his best. This is a very realistic take on parenting and excellent character development of each and every one of these characters. They all have like their own voice. None of them feel the same. They ain't cookie cutter. They're all original. And for the most part, you like most of them. Even the villains in this volume seem honorable. The art is nice here too. It has like a very elegant way of just moving the story along from panel to panel, almost like a movie, if you will. Now the build up of things that are to come and how we get to from point A to point B is very excellently paced. It's great. It never felt like it dragged, and it never felt like it was moving too quick. It always had gave you room to breathe and get to know the characters. Had downtime from showing their characters regular everyday day-to-day life and day-to-day chores and so forth. So when big moments happen, it feels like a bigger deal because it's not every 2 pages. It gives you time to settle down. Then you see build up to something developing. Like, oh, there's gonna be a squabble between these two, or this is happening over here. So I really like that the pacing is excellent. The action scenes, they're like a song and dance, if you will. They're very very pretty to watch, like a thing of beauty, really. To be honest with you, that's what they are. And you see the narrating as these action scenes are happening. The guys are telling you what the strategy is and why they're doing this counter move and why they're doing that. It's really a work of art. This story is really it's crazy, man. It's who's the Makoto Yukimura? Yeah, Makoto Yukimura. Man, he really knows what he's doing here. Like this guy knows his shit. I recommend this to anybody, even if you've never read a manga and you just read comics, or if you never read you just read novels or whatever. You never read a book with pictures. I highly recommend you check this out. The choreography, the facial expressions, everything on this art, it'll have you like on the edge of your seat. You're like, oh, like you're really worried about what's gonna happen with these characters when fight scenes break out, and you're like, oh, they're making this expression, oh, this guy's falling off a cliff or whatever, because the writing let you get to know these characters so much and see them as like real people. So when something pops off, they're in danger, and you're almost like you're so immersed in the story. You're like, oh man, I hope nothing happens to this guy, because this isn't like superhero comics. Like here, when a character dies, he ain't coming back. It's a Dandara. You know what I mean? So you really like more worried for them. Dialogue it's real immersive. It's to the point where you might like it more, or you might be more invested in what they're talking about and stuff like that than when the big scenes happen, the big action moments or fight scenes. I kind of like the regular day-to-day talks and stuff a lot more, and they got me a lot more into the characters and into the story. Even though those character moments didn't necessarily move the story along, they were just going to work, cleaning their front yard or whatever. But the dialogue is happening while they're doing all that stuff never felt boring. It was always interesting. Okay, now that we got that out the way, maybe I'll talk a little bit about the story itself. It's you have this character Thorfinn. He's been it starts off where he's been kidnapped by the his leader, kind of kidnapped him since he was young. So you're led to believe he's like an asshole, right? Like, oh, this guy's a jerk. Thorfinn, I hope you get revenge on him. Now that Thorfinn's more grown up, he wants to challenge him and call him out. So you kind of hate the character at first. Once the story develops, it goes back to where Thorfinn was a child, and the whole book is basically him. The whole first volume is basically him growing up, being raised by his father. And then you get introduced to the villain of the story. And once you get introduced to him, you start liking him a little more, and he doesn't seem like such a bad guy. He's just caught up in a war, and they're on rival sides of this battle. So he's just doing what he has to do as a soldier, right? He's not necessarily like a character you hate. He's just handling his shit. And he even has like this warrior's code, right? So you like him more for that too. Like if somebody calls him out or something, he won't just send 10 guys to attack this person. He'll say, you guys troopers stand back. I accept this guy's challenge. Like, he'll give guys a fair shake. Also because he's so confident in his skills. He's a master swordsman. Like, the only guy that's more badass than him was Thorfinn's father. And I don't want to get more into the story because I don't want to ruin anything for you if you haven't read it. I highly recommend it. Needless to say, I'm gonna hit this one with a 10 out of 10. It's a masterpiece, and I don't think I ever said that about a book before, and that's what this is right here. So yeah, definitely check it out. If you want to see more reviews, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button. Also follow me on my social medias. I've been dropping the icons along the way on this video, so you know what to search, what to look for, what to search for. And if not, you could just go on the descriptions down below, and right there I'll have the links to all my stuff. So that would be like a quicker way to do it if you want to. And yeah, if you think about checking this book out or you like the review, hit that like button, and I'll check you guys out next time.